Hello. So if you've been following the drama happening in River State this morning, um, you would see that the River State governor wanted to go see the speaker or the assembly members in the assembly complex this morning, and the gate to the assembly complex was shut. Even as much as Sim Fubara supposedly said that he had called um, the Speaker Martin Amaewhule and other members of the assembly, and no one picked up, no one responded, and also sent them a formal letter of his visit today. Now, this is in response to complying with the ruling from the Supreme Court recently, which says that one of those conditions was that he was going to present a brand new or represent the budget for 2025, which they gave him a couple of days to do. So, in presenting the budget, the governor literally went to the assembly after calling several times, and Amowale and Co did not pick the call. I think there's a plenary session going on. So you can check our other videos. We've done one already, and it gives you proper context as well. But just to give you some context, but following that, um, Punch newspaper is actually reporting that Wike slams Fubara for writing Rivers Assemblies and says the letter is useless. Obviously, we know the rift between Wike and Fubara, so I'm just going to get right into the news. So, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Inyesom Wike, has criticized Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara for writing a letter to the State House of Assembly. The letter, which sought a meeting with lawmakers about the Supreme Court decision on the state's political situation, was dismissed by Wike as useless. Speaking with journalists in Abuja on Wednesday, Wike expressed his disapproval of Fubara's approach. He emphasized that Speaker Martin Amaewhule and the lawmakers are not under Fubara's control and should be treated with respect. Wike argued that instead of writing a public letter, Fubara should have directly contacted Amaewhule and his team by phone to arrange a meeting. He stated that the lawmakers are not Fubara's subordinate and deserve respect. The minister argued that instead of sending a public letter, Fubara should have simply called Amaewhule to arrange a meeting. You have you've had a frosty relationship with an arm of government. If you're a good politician, will you go and write a letter? Is it by writing a letter signed by the SSG? What an insult. Is it how it is done? If you're a politician, you know what to do. You want to play at the gallery, which is rubbish. All these letters are useless. You're not sincere. You're playing to the gallery set. A five-member panel led by Justice Emmanuel Kumaye rejected Fubara's appeal, which challenged the legitimacy of the House of Assembly under Speaker Amaewhule. The court recognized the Amaewhule-led assembly as the legit Rivers Assembly. The Supreme Court also blocked the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Accountant General, and other financial bodies from releasing funds to the Rivers State government. The court accused the government of disobeying previous rulings, declaring the local government election held on October 5, 2024 as invalid. In response, Fubara promised to comply with the court's decision, instructing the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission to organize a fresh election, now scheduled for August 9, 2025. Further efforts to resolve the crisis continued as the Secretary to the state government, Tammy Danagogo, sent a letter on Friday requesting a meeting with lawmakers on March 10. The meeting is expected to address the 2025 budget and efforts to restore peace. When asked how peace could be restored in the state, Wike said it can't be restored until the right thing is done. What is peace? What is more important than letting the right thing be done? When the right thing is done, there will be peace. But if the right thing is not done, how can you talk about peace? Go present the budget, go submit the list to the commissioners. So, this is Punch newspaper reporting today about Wike's disapproval of um, Fubara's approach, and he called it useless. First of all, before we proceed, please I'd like for you to follow us on all our social media platform on Facebook with the same name as well, and on YouTube too as well. But like and subscribe to our channel as well to encourage us, because we need to get Nigeria to work. So please subscribe to this channel as you're watching this, and leave your comments as well, and share this. Now, the the crux of this matter here is the fact that Sim Fubara seems to not have followed Wike's guides or Wike's impositions. And we all know the root cause of all this problem. We know the fact that Amaewhule and the other 26 are with Wike. We also understand, as it has been alleged, that possibly Wike bought their election forms for them. So they are sort of loyal to him, even though he's now done his 8 years in Rivers State. And some people call Wike a tyrant, as it's been alleged anyway, and he fought everyone in his way. So, and Wike trying to impose based on the agreement he had with Fubara. Now, this is why I don't have any sympathetic feeling for Fubara. You knew this kind of the kind of person Wike one is, and you got into bed with him, and now it's backfiring. But the River State people are the ones suffering the consequences of this political shenanigans. And then Wike's push is to maintain the structure that he put in place to make him politically relevant. So you can see that this devastation happening in River State is all because of Wike's political relevance. He needs River State to be in his pocket so that it can continue to stay relevant in the national space. And if you remember what happened in 2023, how an election was completely rigged. Obiekwa, I believe that was it. And that gave Tinubu's River State. But everyone can literally agree, as it has been alleged, that that election was rigged. That Peter Obi won River State clean and clear. But that's exactly the agreement that got Wike to be Minister of FCT. Now, in moving away from River State, Wike literally had an agreement with Fubara to, have certain, as allegedly anyway, let me use the right thing, allegedly agreed. And then by Fubara looking at the entire agreement later, and the idea is what would be left to do those structure, things that is promised to do for River State. And obviously, he reneged on that particular agreement. Obviously, and if you remember, Wike literally chose ministers for him, chose commissioners for him until the fallout. And that fallout is exactly what is causing this entire trouble in River State. This chaos in River State is by design to frustrate the current governor, having the other majority of the lawmakers, the state lawmakers, in his pocket. So you've been hearing them talking about impeaching Fubara. You've been hearing them talking about, forcing him out. He has to resign or he be impeached. See, the threat here is we will force you out so that we will have the deputy governor. In all of this, we've not heard the deputy governor say anything. And then the deputy governor will come in and be in Wike's pocket. And later, Wike becomes the godfather of politics in River State. It is simply a transposition of what happened in Lagos State, where Tinubu became the godfather of Lagos State politics and dictates or dictated who becomes the governor. Remember when Ambode had the same fallout with Tinubu? We waited until the 4 year was over, and they just replaced him. Literally, just replaced him. And then you get the current governor who's going to be running off his term come 2027. So this is exactly what Wike wants to do: amass as much money as possible so you can go to the national front and become president. In which we cannot continue to afford to have such level of impunity, such level of impunity with godfatherism complex in Nigeria. So again, if you're seeing this for the first time, please like, subscribe, share, and follow. But also, let us know what your thoughts are. Do you think this drama in River State is going to end anytime soon? Who do you think is going to win anyway? Do you think eventually the people of River State will come for their Amaewhules? Or when they get to 2027, what will be their outcome? Will they vote them out? Or will they be able to rig the election still like they did the last time? That remains to be seen anyway, but just let us know what your thoughts are. Put it down in the comment section and we'll do everything possible to respond to them. So, but yeah, that's what is happening today. So there's on one hand, um, Amaewhule, the speaker, closing the gate to the assembly complex on Fubara. And on the other side, their main supporter, Wike, who's their literally their godfather, saying whatever Fubara is doing is useless. Writing a letter is useless. If it was a good politician, he would have actually rang them. And when Fubara says, I did ring them, they did not pick. I called every single one of them. They refused to respond. And obviously, the security men actually at the gate didn't open the gate because that's the assembly complex anyway. But the question I've always asked is, does the state governor have the right to go to the assembly complex without the invitation of the speaker? Because it's a different arm of government. Okay. So in the meantime, please like, share, subscribe, and follow us as well on Facebook too. And then we will give you update as we go on. As the news progresses and we get updates, we'll bring those updates to you. As always, thank you and God bless you. Bye bye for now.